What's going on, guys? It's your boy Yasuke Fitness. This is episode 7 of Gym Check In, so you already know what it is. Go ahead and check in down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and share. Don't forget to subscribe. Please help me out. I'm working my way up through this YouTube algo, and we're gonna get this rocking. So today's episode is gonna be about. Well, first, before I hop in, I wanted to ask y'all, what body part are you guys trying to increase? I know when I first started off in my fitness journey, bodybuilding and growing myself up, I I mainly lacked in the chest area. My chest was very was weak. It didn't grow, and I had a hard time. So my chest was the last thing to really grow in my body, and it still needs to grow a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I do got a little bit of some good straight definition on my chest. But anyways, what body part you guys trying to increase? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Let's chat it up. Let's talk about what can we do to increase those areas. You know what I'm saying? Those areas that you struggle in. So so the topic of today's video is becoming top percent, right? So top percent meaning top percent Americans, or top percent of gym goers, things like that. So what does it take? What do you have to do? What's the mindset? What kind of mindset do you have to have? And all of that, all of that. We're gonna go look into some articles that I pulled up as well. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic was because last night I had a late night gym session. I was doing legs. It was about I got in the gym probably like around 8 o'clock, and I didn't leave till like maybe 9:30, 9:45. And I was looking around the gym, and it was Saturday. It's a Saturday night. I'm looking around the gym, and everybody here is working on themselves. There's some guys here that have been doing it for a long time. There's other guys there that are just starting. They're just getting it in. Men and women. So what really stuck out to me was the fact that there was people here that are willing to get out of their bed, get out of like their comfort, their nice warm bed, house, whatever, sipping their little teas, eating their snacks and shit, and watching Netflix. Got up Saturday night and went to the gym to go sweat, to go, increase the blood flow, to get that hypertrophy, in their muscles. And what I really thought about was that doesn't matter who you are, all of those people in the gym at that time were a part of a very small percentage of Americans, of people, here in the society that we live in. Very small percent of people actually get up and go do shit like this. So, and I was also looking at the faces of everybody too that was like walking past, and so some guys that are just starting out and they haven't really gotten to where they wanted to go. The face that they have is very, it's like a look of like kind of despair almost. They're kind of just here, and they're just there. It doesn't seem like they're there to really, you know, accelerate anything. But the fact that they're there and they're actually putting in some kind of work speaks a lot versus the people that are staying at home, staying on the couch, watching Netflix all day, and not doing anything. So that speaks volumes. So if you're one of those people that are up in the gym and you are committing yourself to going, and you find yourself in the gym on a Saturday night, and I'm in Las Vegas right now, Saturday night in Las Vegas, you are part of a very small percentage of this society. And I would say at least 20%. So 20% is still a lot, you know? It's still like a very small portion considering the rest 80% of people. But that's the reason why I came up, why I wanted to talk about this today, was how to get to you know higher and higher percentile of the between people around you. You know what I'm saying? So to begin with that, to begin with that, I would like to bring up an article on how much Americans actually are working out today in 2022. So let's see. Share my screen real quick. Share screen. Uh, share screen. Okay. Oh, we can share Chrome tabs. That's super cool. Okay. So you guys should be able to see this. Uh, yep, you guys should be able to see that. So what you're seeing right now is a study that was done in 2022. And what I really just wanted to highlight was the fact that the fitness industry is getting all time high, and with 21.8%, of people participating in the gym. And I don't know if this is 100% participation, like people actually going to the gym and working out. This number might be skewed, and they might just be talking about gym memberships. People that just have a gym membership and they buy one and they just whatever. Because there's a lot of people that buy it and just fuck off. But 20%, 21%. Let's just say that okay, you go to the gym, you have an active gym membership, and you constantly go to the gym, consistently go. You're about 20% of the population. Now, there are other studies that I don't have actually. Let me see if I can. Oh, okay, so I don't have it pulled up, but there are other studies that say if you exercise regularly, if you eat properly, and you maintain a healthy body fat percentage, you are in the top 3% of Americans in this society. So that's a big jump. Do you go from just going to the gym to eating healthy and maintaining your body fat? So that puts you in the top 3%. So you can just notice how vast the difference that is, right? So what does it really take? What's it going to take on your part? Here's some tips that I personally, guidelines that I follow, right? To stay consistent, to stay, eating right. Number one is stop buying the shit that you should be eating if it isn't already obvious. And I'm talking about things like ketchup, or like mayonnaise, just sugary things, syrup and stuff like that. All that stuff. Just keep it out of your fridge. Keep all of the excess things that are high in sugar and carbs and fats. Just keep it out of your fridge. You just don't even really think about eating it. You don't think about reaching for it and grabbing it. You know what I'm saying? That's one way that really kept me in the zone as far as what I'm eating on a day to day. So it's another tip of advice that I will give is you gotta learn how to start detaching yourself from the food that you eat, right? Living in this world, growing up the way most of us have, we attach eating to pleasure. We attach eating to pleasure. And although, sorry, I'm a little sick. Although eating certain foods can be pleasurable, it cannot always be that way because by default, it seems like the most pleasurable foods to eat in our world are the foods that you shouldn't be eating, right? So that just goes to show you, the paradigm, you know, um, how black and white some of this stuff. I mean, you have good tasting, healthy, hearty meals and things like that. You don't always have to eat just just a piece of chicken with like barely any seasoning on it. There's actually some good stuff you can eat and recipes that you can follow. And if you would like to know any of those, go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram or go ahead and drop a comment below because I am an online coach and I am willing and ready to coach you. So what coaching actually does come with is training, workout plans, and meal plans. And we're going to check in with you uh, daily and weekly as well. So weekly, I would prefer it through a Zoom call, and daily is through text message. So that's how we would maintain communication. But back to the eating, right? Got to detach yourself, man, and that's a really hard thing for a lot of people, man. It's a really hard thing for a lot of people, and my biggest word of advice is it's like jumping off of a cliff. Not literally, but it's like jumping in a cold shower or something like that. You just do it. You just do it, and whatever you feel, you feel it, and you let it happen to you, and you move on from the situation, right? So if you got to eat a bunch of vegetables, oh, you don't like vegetables. First of all, if you're a grown man, and you over here. I don't like eating vegetables. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? And that's why, and that just goes to show you a lot of y'all when y'all were growing up, y'all moms did not force you guys to eat vegetables. And look at what happened to you. Look at what happened to you, man. When I grew up, you could ask all my brothers. When I grew up, our mom made us finish that shit. You could not get up until you finish that shit. And excuse my language. Actually want to like not curse at all, especially on social media things like that. I want to uh, be able to talk to you guys without express myself without being able to curse. Just that's just one thing that I want to get better at. But anyways, my mom made me eat them damn vegetables, and it is paid off. It's paid off, mom. I can now eat vegetables and things of that nature without thinking about it because I know it's good for me. I know it's good. A lot of guys they don't like to eat certain things, and therefore they just cross it off their list, and they never get the nutritional benefit of eating said food item. And that is mainly when it comes to vegetables. We're talking about like broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, carrots, corn, tomatoes, man, anything, onions. Like you got to eat all that stuff, man. Your body needs vegetables. Like you need to be eating vegetables. In fact, you probably be eating more vegetables than you're eating anything else because your body absorbs that and processes them so fast and so rapidly. Vegetables and plants don't stay in your body for very long periods of time. It's the proteins and stuff that really gets that stuck. That really gets stuck in your intestines, like steak, especially red meat, like steak and things like that. So make sure you eating them veggies, man. Like, what are y'all doing? Eat them damn vegetables, bro. Eat them damn vegetables and become top 3%. Top 3% of the population. A lot of you guys are gonna let some chicken and broccoli come in between you and having a top 3% physique. How does that sound, bro? You're gonna let some chicken and broccoli get in between you and having a top 3% body, between you and looking like Son Goku. That should tell me how that tell me how that makes sense. Come on, man. Come on. We got to start eating better. We got to start eating right. I understand. Oh, I want to go out and eat this. I want to go out and try this. Blah, blah, blah. Have meals set aside throughout the week where you're gonna where you know it's like, okay, I'm gonna go out Friday, so therefore I know I'm gonna go out and I know I'm gonna eat something that's probably not that healthy. So instead of going out and eating Chick-fil-A on Tuesday, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my meals, and I'm gonna have some ground beef, some broccoli, some rice. You know what I'm saying, before Friday, because that's the day that I set aside to go and have that unhealthy meal. But at the same time, don't lose your shit, right? Don't eat a half a tub of ice cream for a cheat meal. Don't eat like two double double cheeseburgers for a cheat meal, unless you can afford it. In terms of, and I don't mean afford it with your wallet. I mean afford it with your body or your physique, right? A lot of people, they don't understand that some of us can afford a Big Mac, some of us cannot afford a Big Mac. Some of us can have a Big Mac and we can keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Our body's gonna handle it. Our body's gonna chop that up. It's gonna take a little while, but our body's gonna chop that up and use it. Versus some people, if they eat a Big Mac, they're done. That Big Mac is putting them under. That Big Mac is keeping them that much further away from their goals. And your body's like a system, right? So the way I pictured it is, let's say your body's like a swirl of like a swirl in a pond, right? And if you put like something like a leaf or whatever, some outside object into the swirl, it's gonna swirl with the leaf, right? And then over time, it's going to eventually leave that swirl. So that swirl, that is like your body system, right? So when you eat something, your entire body absorbs it. Your entire body absorbs it. Gets absorbed into your bloodstream. It affects your nervous system. It affects your digestive system. It affects your endocrine system. It affects your muscles. It affects your skeletal structure, your skeleton, everything. When you eat something, it gets synthesized by your body. So what we come to believe is that, okay, we eat the food and it goes down to our stomach, and our stomach just boils it up in stomach acid, and we shit it out later that day. Yes, that's a high level overview of how we eat food, but you don't understand that there are certain processes that are going on in your body that are absorbing the nutrients from the food that you just ate. That's why your ass passes out when you go ahead and eat a bunch of carbs. You eat like a bunch of burgers and fries and shit, and you just feel freaking lethargic and you're just gonna pass out. They call it the itis. Nick, I ain't gonna say it. They call it the itis. And what the itis is you are spiking your insulin levels. You are spiking your insulin levels by consuming massive amounts of carbs, right? So what insulin is, insulin is a hormone that's produced by your body, right? By your pancreas, I believe, by your pancreas. And insulin travels through your blood, right? And what insulin does, it helps move glucose through your blood. So let's say insulin is like a train, and the glucose is like passengers on a train, and the train track is like your blood, right? So I'm going into the like super detail on this right now, but that's pretty much how insulin is working your body. And you spike it, you got so much insulin moving through your body, glucose as well, and your body just cannot keep up with that shit, man. Your body can't keep up with it, and you go to sleep. Think about eating something. Think about it. You consumed something and you lost energy. How does that make sense? You consumed something but lost energy. You got to go to sleep. Now you down for like an hour. You down for like a whole hour, tired as hell, lethargic as hell. You're not gonna go to the gym, and you just done. This shit used to happen to me all the time. I eventually just understood that I'm not eating right. You know what else you need to do? You need to be doing this if you want to be top percent. You need to be doing this very often. A lot of people will. A lot of people don't like drinking just straight water because they don't like the taste of it. Like the taste, and that goes back again to separating yourself from consuming things and pleasure. Everything that you consume doesn't have to be pleasurable. It doesn't You don't always gotta find extreme excitement from consuming things, right? It's fun to have a burger every now and then. It's fun to eat a Big Mac. You know, you have a good time, but the Big Mac is not getting you where you need to go. So if you want to be top 3%, top five, you gotta start eating better, man. That's what separates a lot of people when it comes to the gym, when it comes to getting the results that they want. Is eating. Eating. Once you start eating properly, once you get there to a place where you're constantly what to eat, you're eating it and you're doing it right, dude. The results are gonna come. Results are gonna freaking fly throughout the roof. You're gonna get there before you even know it. It's gonna take time still, but you get there a lot faster than not having a great diet. So yeah, man. If you want to be top percent, those are some of the things that you really got to zone in on. You gotta hone in on it, right? Lastly, I want to talk about how you're exercising as well. So even though you're in the gym and you're working out, it's not just enough to do that. It's not just enough. You got to truly, you got to truly work out with intention and purpose. Intention and purpose. What does it look like? It looks like real effort. You can see it in your face. Some people, when they work out, they can work out with a straight face, and I don't see how they can do that because when I work out, I ugly face. When I do my sets and shit like that, I'm ugly facing. 100%. I don't care what people see me. I don't care how y'all looking at me. I'm doing my bench press. I'm doing all of that, man, because it just shows the amount of effort you're actually putting into the movement. You don't got to be all too crazy and dramatic like I did before. You know what I mean? You got to put all your energy and everything into the movement. It's not always gonna look cool. You're always gonna have like a nice good pump and a nice sweat. You just look like all light skin. Mm. That's not real working out, man. That's not real working out. Stop it with your trying to make that light skin face. You're gonna want to start ugly facing because when you ugly face, that's when your repetitions come out crisp and clean. Your repetitions come out with a lot of intention and a lot of effort. When you ugly face, don't worry about Jim Bay. She's gonna see you ugly face. It's okay. Okay, man. After you're done, cool face. When you're in the set, and then cool face. She walk by you, keep it cool, chill. When was your set? I be doing all kinds of shit in the gym, man. But those are some of the things that you got to be able to do to get to top percent, man. You got to be consistent, man. You got to be consistent. Consistency is the number one thing, man. It's the number one thing is that you just do not stop. The number one thing is that you just do not stop. Whatever the hell happens, all kinds of shit can happen. The hell world could freaking freeze over. Hell could freeze over, and you got to be in the gym. You got to be there. You got to show up. You got to do that's the key, man. That's the key. Because not every day is gonna be great, man. Not every day is gonna be feeling good, and some days you're gonna feel sick. Some days you're not gonna feel right. But as long as you get in there and you give your effort, you put your effort forth your effort. I don't understand some of y'all when y'all working out, and y'all don't put forth that just mm, mm, you bench press in and you just mm, put that extra in there. That's where you're gonna see the gains. That's where you're gonna see the good things happen over time. Your body's gonna transform. You're gonna start feeling good. You're gonna start looking sexy. Anyways, coming up to about 30 minutes on the live stream. So that's all I really have for you guys today. How to become top percent with your body in the gym. Those are just some ideas that I outlined. So first things first is well, eating right, you know what I'm saying? That was the first thing that I mentioned was eating properly. Eating properly is going to separate you from being 20%. 20% is, hey, I go to the gym. That's 20%. 20% is, hey, I go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and that's it. Which is fine. Like you're still better than 80% of the population. But if you want to go into that 15%, 10%, 5%, 3% of body fat, of physique, gonna have to change that eating. Change up that eating. Add more vegetables. Add more plants to your diet. Simple carbs. Simple carbs. Non-processed foods. So anything bread, tortillas, uh, um, just pastries and cakes and just all that stuff. You know you shouldn't even eat it anyways, but all of that stuff, little things like even like ketchup, like how the sugar that's in some ketchup, salt. It's all up in there. Salt. Uh, Adding all that to your diet, it's very it's crucial. It's crucial. So uh, keep keep yourself away from keep yourself away from the poor diet choices. When you go to the grocery store, don't buy all that bullshit. Read the nutrition facts. Look at how much sugar is in it. Look at how much carbs is in it. Look at the much sodium intake. And then look at the ingredients. Look at you say you don't want to be eating high fructose corn syrup. Corn syrup. You don't want to be eating things like that because your body's not going to do anything with it. Your body's not processing it properly anyways. So you want to stay away from things like that, right? Moving on. Putting effort into your workout, into your exercises. Ugly facing. Excuse me. Ugly facing, man. Ugly face. Do it. Do it. It's the only way. You got an ugly face. Put an effort into the gym. Start eating right and stay consistent, and you'll get to where you want to go, man. Anyways, that was me, Yasuke Fitness, Gym Check-in. Thank you guys for checking into this episode, and I'm signing out of here. Peace.